Mr. Corey Lima. It's good to see you, man. Or see your name on here.
Hey,
What's going on? Mark!
back in the Caribbean. A little brace on my. No. I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I got some swelling, hand, wrist, and elbow fracture.
Well, let me know if there's any particular exercises that are hurting in any way, or that you might need to make adjustments on, because any of those adjustments are helpful for everybody. It's really, really important to know how to do these moves, like in any scenario in life, to get the benefit from them. So yeah, let me know. All right.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna have my camera off because I'm.
Oh yeah, no, it's no problem. And for the live stream, everybody, this is the Justice for Hire's Tai Chi to the People. It's open to anybody and everybody every week, 8 p.m. EST. All donation is free. All training is free, and it's donation based. If you want to give a donation, it's always for a noble cause that we choose every week. This week is the ASPCA, which helps to fight animal cruelty. So if you go to our Instagram page and you just press the ASPCA fundraiser, you can donate if you like the class. So there we go. And that being said, if you ever have any questions, we're always available to answer them, whether it's on this live stream or not. We'll start now. All right. So start with our hands facing down, feet shoulder length apart, parallel, palms same height as just flat down, and the fingers will roll out. You press down, the fingers will roll out. Special attention to the middle finger of each hand. Hey, Mike. Mouth closed, tongue gently pressed to the ceiling of the mouth. And the tailbone drops down. So you're gonna have this imaginary string lift you up, and you'll feel relaxation. You wanna give yourself the sensation of relaxation cascading down the body from the head, as if the whole body is dangling down to the tailbone, drops straight down. It goes all the way through the knees. It softens the knees. The weight shifts to the heels, and it helps to take pressure off the front of the leg, off the kneecaps. It also puts you into a very passive state. You have strength, but you're passive. Rather than having your feet on the balls, the weight on the balls of your feet, which is more of a boxer stance, which puts you more in an aggressive stance, which is super important to know the difference between the two and how it affects you and everybody around you when you're in the passive stance versus when you're in the more aggressive stance. And there's a time and place for each one. So palms facing down, all the breathing into the nose, mouth closed, and using the base diaphragm. You have 3 sets of diaphragms. You want to use the base diaphragm about 3 finger lengths below the belly button. Inhaling and seeing and feeling and experiencing the breath gathering in the belly. When you exhale, see, feel, experience it go up through the shoulders, down the arms, the palms and fingertips. Inhale, you're giving the sensation of breathing a color, whatever intuitively comes to you. When you exhale, you watch it wash down the body, down the arms, the palms and fingertips, about an inch or 2 beyond. Again, this breathing is to, among other things, give your attention a vehicle. Wherever the attention goes, the attention is riding this color visualization. So wherever the attention goes, the nerves fire that much more readily, the blood circulation increases. Gather the breath in the belly. Exhale, wash it down. One more breath. Soften the hands, wrists fall down, inhaling up. Breath pulls the wrists up. And exhale, wash the breath to the palms and fingertips. Inhale, drawing the breath up. I'll step back a little bit just so you can see. Interlace the fingers above your head. And exhale, the hands float down as your knees soften and the weight shifts to the ball of the feet. And then inhale, push off the balls of the feet. The heels are raised. And exhaling down as the heels clamp back into the ground. Inhaling up. Exhale, wash the color out. Inhale, draw back in. Interlace the fingers overhead. If you can't interlace, just place the palms next to each other if it hurts to interlace for whatever reason. And inhale, if you're not interlaced, inhale, push the palms up as much as you can. If you can't push the palms up for any wrist injuries, just reach up as high as you can and exhale down. If you're reaching up, you're going to intensify the color visualization, pulling through the fingertips as if vacuum cleaners. So you're inhaling up, the hands are being pulled up by the color's rushing down the arms into the belly. Breathing formula 2, inhaling up, even deeper. Interlace, exhaling down. Again, the weight shifts from the balls of the foot to the big toe. And inhaling up. Palms facing the ceiling, stretching up, out of the shoulders onto the toes, out of the hips, exhaling down. Again, inhaling up, even deeper. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Breathing formula 3, inhaling up. Exhale, wash the color out to the palms and fingertips again. Inhale, drawing deeper, even deeper, even deeper. Exhaling down. Again, inhaling up. Exhale, wash the color out. The hands push out and extend out. Notice that they're about 45 degrees out from the hip rather than directly to your sides. Helps to keep the shoulders soft. Inhaling up. Even deeper. Even deeper. Exhaling down. And breathing formula 4, inhaling up into the belly, to the color gather. Intensify the breath, even deeper inhalation. Intensify again, even deeper. Even deeper, the most intense. Big breath, exhaling out. Exhalation is just as long as the inhalation. So you gently time yourself going up, and then time yourself just as gently going down. Helps to expand the lung capacity. Again, inhaling up. Even deeper, stage 2. Even deeper, stage 3. Even deeper, stage 4. Exhaling down. This time we're going to use the belly for stage 1, the obliques for stage 2, having them feel them go out to the side, stage 3, the lower back, and for stage 4, the entire belly, going in all directions. Belly, inhaling up, even deeper with the obliques, even deeper lower back, even deeper the entire belt, expanding in all directions. Exhaling down. Exhalation is just as long as the inhalation. The focal point for the exhalation and the inhalation is the lower dantian, right at the center point of the body. It's along that imaginary string that lifts you from the top of the head, keeps going straight down through the body, and you'll find the lower dantian on that point. Again, belly, obliques, lower back, the entire belly. Exhaling down. Soften and widen the stance, hollow fist rested right on the hips. Your stance is going to be shoulder length and a half apart. hollow fists, very, very gentle, as if you're meditating, except they can become fists at any time. Imaginary strength lifts you up, tailbone drops down, hips soften. Inhale into the belly, exhaling down. Pelvis rotates on the femur. Inhale, breath pulls you to the side and up, eyes on the belly button. Exhaling down. Inhaling, breath pulls you to the side and up. Exhaling down. Breath should feel like a rope that you're climbing. When you exhale, you start releasing the rope. Eyes on the belly button as you lean back. Knees remain bent. And then reverse the direction 4 times. Everything being catalyzed by the breath. If you don't breathe, you don't move. So drop the hands down. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists, wrists lift the body. Exhale, wash out the hands. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, the hands float down. Inhaling up. Exhale, wash the hands to the palms and fingertips. Inhale, draw them in. And exhale, let it float down as if the fingers are softening the muscles in the back. Wherever the fingers point, the muscles soften on the back, all the way down to the calves, the heels, ankles into the ground. Inhaling up. Exhale, wash the color from the palms and fingertips. Inhale, gather, create hollow fists again, this time palm facing the ceiling. And exhale, pelvis rotates on the femur, the body bends forward. Weight stays on the heels as you go bending forward. Eyes are looking straight down. Elbows are nearly in front of the eyes. They don't have to be directly in front. The upper back is softened so the shoulder blades fall down. The elbows fall straight down to the ground. Chest is parallel to the ground. Straight line from the tailbone to the back wall, from the top of the head to the wall in front of you, or whatever surface is in front of you. The back should feel flat like a table. Inhaling into the belly, and exhale, wash the color down the legs, visualizing it going to the ground. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, wash through the lungs. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, wash down the arms and the palms and fingertips. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, wash the color of the entire body, softening and strengthening. Inhale, open the hands, opening the palms in front of you. And exhale, reach the palms through the legs, crossing the arms and then uncrossing them as you reach straight through the legs. The knees are still bent. When you do this, sometimes you might reach with the fingertips a little bit more than you need to, and the upper back can round. So if that happens, lift your collarbone to keep the back flat like a table. If the legs are burning, sink a little lower, unless you feel like they're going to snap, and then come up. Otherwise, inhale into the belly, exhale down the legs, into the belly, through the lungs, strengthening the lungs. See the color strengthening. The intention that you put into the color visualization is strengthening, softening. Inhale into the belly, exhale down the arms, into the belly, to the whole body, and then hands float down, soften. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists, wrists lift the body. Exhale, push the color to the palms and fingertips. Inhale, draw the breath in. Exhale, shift to one side. And inhale, and stand on one leg This is called Golden Rooster. Thigh is parallel to the ground. The leg that is lifted, the corresponding hand is covering the forehead. The heel, the hands, they're all in the imaginary line that is right in front of you. So your heart, your nose, if you just drew an imaginary line, those hands, and feet, the foot are placed right on that line. Inhaling into the belly. Exhale, spread the color throughout the body. Softening anywhere that has unnecessary tension. The thigh fall, it's okay, bring it back up. And exhale, drop the hand down, shift the weight, and relax the back hip into the groin so that the weight slides down the inside of the leg. This will help you root into the ground. Inhale, breath lifts the hands and the foot, switching sides. Thigh parallel to the ground. Imaginary string lifts you from the top of the head. Remember that the heel and the hands are all in this imaginary line. It's coming right out from your center line. Inhaling into the lower dantian. Exhale. You'll also notice that the weight is on the heel still. So your back should feel flat. With the knee, where the supporting leg is bent. Again, if the leg starts to fall, you just lift it up. Softening the shoulder blades in the upper back so that the arms disappear into the upper back, or I should say the shoulder blades disappear into the upper back. Helps the circulation, switch, hip falling into the rooting legs, shifting from one leg to the other. Hip falls into the groin. And then inhale, grow out. One more time each side. Thigh parallel to the ground. Heel hand in hand. Top hand slightly guarding just slightly above the forehead, guarding the shoulders down rather than up. Relax and down. Shoulder blades disappear into your upper back. And exhale, switch. Heel, ball of foot, big toe. Inhaling out. And bring the feet back to shoulder length and a half apart, feet wide. Inhaling up, white crane spreads its talons, gentle grabbing of the air in a crane fist. Crane fist can be all fingers touching, or it could be very gentle, just the index finger touching the thumb, but the rest of the fingers together. It's as if you're pulling very gently the air in front of you, almost like elastic bands. Massage the temples. Hands float down to the solar plexus and exhale, push forward, in and out. The heels of the palm, special attention on the middle finger of each hand. Gentle grab. You can inhale and stand up if you'd like to give the legs some rest. And exhale, push the color visualization from the belly through the inner piping, the valves, the shoulder blades, through the palms and fingertips, about an inch or two beyond. From 45 degrees, you can inhale and stand up if you like. Massage the temple. Do 3 more of the pumping. To the side. more. And then stay seated for the next several. Inhale, focus on the breath, pulling the hands in. Exhale, breath pushing the hands out. Color visualization pushing through the palms. When you pull in, again, Tai Chi is multiple visual infrastructures layered on top of each other. So when you exhale and you're pushing forward, you're seeing the color, but you also want to give yourself the concept of weight. No flexing in the arm, not dynamic tension. Just the concept of lifting or pulling weight in and exhale, pushing it away. Whatever it is, it's heavy. You could feel the pressure, but no tension. Inhale, what you're pulling back is also heavy, almost like resistance bands. It's a very gentle, but very solid concept. So you feel the pull all the way in the fingertips, even if it's soft. I'm going to refine the attention, because for those who are untrained in these methods, it feels like absolute tension. It feels like a very tight grip if you're doing push hand or any grappling. These are very soft techniques, but it feels, Tai Chi is often referred to as iron wrapped in cotton. So you're doing these really soft movements, but the concepts are so strong. Again, whoever's experiencing those concepts from the outside, it feels like steel, like iron, or at least it should. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, up and down. Inhale, right hand over left. Left comes over the right. So the collarbone. Exhale, pushing down. Jade rabbit watches the moon. You're going to inhale, draw the color into the belly. See it gather. Left hand comes over the right. And the palms turn. Now both are facing down. Left hand to the collarbone. Exhale, compress the color. And then flatten it, make room for more. Inhale, draw the color in. Inhale even deeper. Exhale, compress the color. Make it more dense, and then flatten it, make room for more. Concept of this exercise is energy storage. So every time you take a breath, you're getting stronger. And when you exhale, you're storing it, storing the energy, making room for more. You can stand up as you inhale. Palm turns as the other hand comes over. Exhale down. Sink and sit. Now stay seated, right hand over left. Breath number 2, left comes over right. Exhalation number 1, then flatten exhalation number 2. 2-stage inhalation, 2-stage exhalation. Inhalation starts here as if you're sucking liquid in through the fingertips, right here. Inhaling stage 1, and then inhaling stage 2. Exhaling stage 1. Exhaling stage 2, flatten. Each stage has an intention attached to it. That's really the only differentiation. Inhaling stage 1. Stage 2. You can make one movement look like 2 movements because of the intentional shift. Inhaling stage 1, even deeper 2. Exhale. 2 more. Flatten the color. Inhaling out. And just lay the hands flat in the air. Middle fingers high as the shoulder, elbows down. This is embracing the one. The shoulder blades disappear into the upper back, and the tailbone drops straight down. I have a hoodie on, so it looks like there might be a bump on my back, but there's not. head. You want to keep the elbows very, very relaxed here. All the breathing is into the belly, through the soft part of the arms into the belly, exhaling from the belly out, down the hard part of the arms through the fingertips. When I say into the soft parts, you literally trace the color visualization as you inhale from the fingers into the belly. As you exhale, you trace it from the belly out, visualizing it, visualizing the tracing path through the palms and fingertips, the tops of the hands and fingertips. Stay here for 10 breaths. And then the palms face up. Inhaling, this time you're going to roll the attention up the front of the body, feet to head. And exhale, roll down the back of the body, head to heels. Unless you've been taught differently by another, and you already have a Tai Chi discipline and they tell you to go up the back, down the front, then do exactly that. Otherwise, if you're new to training this, with me, do up the front as you inhale. The attention rolls from the feet to the top of the head like a tidal wave. As you exhale, rolls down from the head to the heels, down the back like a waterfall. If the legs burn at all, sink lower. Make sure to drop the tension out of the lower back as well, so the tailbone points straight down. Turn the palms down and use just the waist, leave the hips behind and turn to the right. Let the right hand float down to the hip, left hand float down to the solar plexus. Inhale, standing up, right hand goes up to the shoulder. Exhale, use just the waist. Both hands change a level down. Left hand floats to the hip, right hand floats to just in front of the solar plexus. Inhaling up. Left comes up to the shoulder, exhaling. Left and right hand floating down by one level each. Right hand to the hip, left hand right in front of the solar plexus. Inhale, right becomes shoulder level, exhale. The arms are not moving left and right at all. They actually stay directly in front of the shoulders in terms of that. If the shoulders were a silo, they would stay right in that silo. They only move up and down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So everything being powered by the waist. From 45 degrees, inhaling up. Eye and the middle finger of the top hand. From the side, keep going. and stay seated. And you can change the breathing pattern now. You can do one inhalation across the body and one exhalation across. And notice that the hand, whatever the breath work is, that bottom hand energizes with the breath work. So if it's an inhalation, it's going to inhale and come up and then drop down. If it's an exhalation, it's going to come up, chopping across and then down. So now we're moving closer to a figure 8. Eyes still on the middle finger of the top hand. And the waist is still controlling, and the waist is controlled by the breath. Now let's make the movement a little bit smaller and only go as far as your hip. So the bottom hand, you have an imaginary line coming out from your hip, will reset to become the top hand right at the hip as it gets to that imaginary hip line. Notice that the breathing has picked up, but the softness is still there. And feel that figure 8 between the hands. Almost feel like your hands are moving gently through water. Noting that the first exercise we started with is a counter wrestling move. Very big redirection pressure. And with smaller circles, it just becomes slightly different applications. And bring it back to big, inhaling up, and feel that long drag, inhaling up, exhaling down. You can stand up, inhaling up, exhale. Feel the long drag. As if your top hand is on the back of a head or a neck, and you're guiding an opponent past the body that's trying to grab a leg. And now we're going to add some footwork. Inhale up. Whatever side that your hands are on, the opposite leg is going to step back and drag. Inhaling up. Retract the front leg and make it the back leg and drag. Inhale up. Retract the extended leg, step back and drag. Inhale up. Retract the extended leg and drag. Inhale up. Retract the extended leg, coming a little closer. And you're going to step that extended leg back. And back doesn't mean necessarily directly across the body, even though you could. If you were to step across the body, meaning to put this leg behind you, it will give you more spin, which how that manifests as a throw, it'll spin your opponent, corkscrew them down into the ground on a tighter circle. So retracting the leg behind the body, it just adds a sharper angle on the throw. But slowly, even if you're just stepping back, inhale up, step back, bottom hand, inhaling up, come to the top, swing the leg back. There's no weight on the leg yet until you touch down, and that's when you energize the breath work. Inhale up, stepping back, exhaling as you shift the weight. Inhaling up, stepping back. I'll do it backwards so you can see the footwork from behind. Inhale up. Inhale up. Step back. Exhale. Inhale up. back. I'm going to step sharper this time. Exhale. Inhaling out. Step behind you and sharper. And notice that a really sharp one will literally go, what is it? Not 360, 200 something? You're going to go almost 360 degrees, but not fully if you do the sharp turn across the body. That's a nice fun drill to do on your own. Inhaling up, step up, exhaling down, widen the stance into more of a Shaolin, longer, wider horse stance. So in Tai Chi, you do it's called essentially a half horse stance. But in Shaolin, you're going to do a deeper one, widening the legs as much as you can, trying to get the thighs parallel to the ground. So go as much as you can there. No need to go super parallel to the ground, but inhale, draw the color into the belly, move it across the kidney, and exhale, turn, pushing the breath down. It's as if you pull the color across the body. It goes up this back leg, up the back arm, and spins through this shoulder to the front arm and pushes down. Inhale, drawing the color into the belly, move the color across the belly, through the kidney, spin it, visually see it come up as you inhale the back arm, and exhale, press it down into the front arm. As you press it down to the front arm, you'll feel the corkscrew in the body. It'll give you a nice little stretch. You're going to favor the leg that you're pressing toward, straighten the back one. Inhale, draw the color to the belly, widen the stance. I just pivoted on my heel to widen my stance, and exhale, corkscrew the other side. Inhaling up through the belly. Exhale, corkscrew to the other side. Inhaling up, pulling through the body. Again, I'm pivoting on my heel as I do this to bring my stance front facing. And then I exhale, pivot on the ball, my other foot, to straighten that leg and corkscrew down. The fingers will spin. You'll feel the twist through the tricep and through the shoulder. And you want this shoulder to spin one direction, the other shoulder to spin back. Almost like you're pulling the motor of a lawnmower. The backhand will be pulled up here. Very, very gentle, hollow fist. You don't have to squeeze it tight if you don't want to. I do a very, very gentle, hollow fist pull here. And inhale, pulling up, across. Inhale, color into the belly, even deeper across the kidney. Exhale, spinning down, sinking. And you can also deepen your stance every time you do this. Inhaling, opening up. Also a nice little stretch. Inhaling up, pull across. Exhale, I'll move back a little bit. Inhaling up, pull across. Exhale. Inhale to the belly, feet forward. Exhale, pivot down. Drop the thigh down. Inhaling up. Whatever feels comfortable. Even if you were doing this standing, there's still a lot of benefit. As a matter of fact, the more practical and more martial Tai Chi moves that I've done are the ones that are essentially shoulder length apart. So if you were to do this move just shoulder length apart, inhale, drawing across, and exhale, you still get an immense amount of power. As a matter of fact, this is a sharper angle and more likely will spin an opponent faster to the ground than the longer footwork. The longer footwork will just have a different result. Inhaling up. Inhale, drawing up. Across the body. Exhale. Inhaling up. Pull across. Exhale down. Two more each side. Inhaling up. Now we're going to do a really interesting, wonderful piece of Sing Yi. It's one of the roads of Sing Yi. First, we're going to stand here in a cat stance, or a hanging leg stance, as you might call it. Adjust this down. Weight on the back leg, front leg, only the toe touches. You can have the back leg, back foot facing 45 degrees out, which is very different than our Wu style stance, which is straightforward. which puts a lot more pressure on the leg, which builds a lot more strength, but it's okay, don't worry about it. This is the easier one, and this is the one that traditionally goes with the form. Left hand, left foot out is what I'm doing with the left middle finger as high as my nose. The right middle finger is touching the pulse of the left arm. And just sit in this stance for a moment. Drawing the color in as you inhale through the fingertips, the soft part into the belly. Exhale, pushing through the hard part. Notice that the elbows are slightly expanded, meaning that there's a little bit of wind beneath the wings. Again, every style has a different perspective of when and why to do this. This one we will keep it here. And switch legs. You can pull the left foot in, replace the right, switch the right leg forward. And now the right hand comes forward with it. Right foot is forward, just the toe touching, eye and the middle finger. The left middle finger touches the right pulse. Right middle finger is nose height. From here, you're going to exhale as if you're pulling down, and you're going to soften the groin. Notice that the hands are going to stay very hollow, but they are gentle fists. You'll collapse into the groin here, and then you'll just step forward with, here, I'll show the footwork. Take the hanging leg, and you'll just step forward into a front stance and drag the other foot forward. When you drag the other foot forward, you're going to inhale and let this fist, the bottom fist or the back fist, come forward. The top fist rolls up and punches. And we can go back again, exhaling down and step forward, inhaling up and punching, rolling out. You can step back, meaning that you can literally push off the front leg into the back to get more of a drag on a drop. So you'll retract the body, then inhale coming forward, in and up. From the side, you're going to retract the body, step forward, inhale. And you're stepping forward into almost a boxing stance. The only difference between this and a boxing stance, if you were fighting tall, quote unquote, as a boxer, is that the back heel is down rather than up. If you were boxing, the back heel would be up. Here, you're going to keep the back heel anchored into the ground. It's the only difference. You're going to inhale up, push off the back leg, the front leg into the back, exhale down. Application is super important here. The pull, it can be a pull. The teacher who taught this to myself and my father, Chen Kai-Cheng, was very adamant about this move actually being a block or to break the shin on a kicking attacker, like that. I don't personally recommend that unless you break bricks all the time. But with the way we've adapted it to push hands is that this is very similar to controlling a single arm. So if you're on an opponent and you're controlling a single arm, this gentle drag is how you set up a lot of throws and sometimes how you even execute certain throws. So I recommend dropping into the back leg, inhaling up. Any movement has potentially unlimited application. So however you want to do it, but that's just a suggestion. Exhaling down, dropping all the weight, very relaxed into the groin, down to the arms, and then inhaling out. When you inhale up, it's the concept of the shape. You already know the shape that you want to create, meaning that the shoulder blade is disappearing into the other back. There's a slight roll of the hip forward here, and this arm is rolling up, protecting you. I've only used this move, this part of the move, on taller opponents, meaning guys that are essentially like 6'2" and up, to push their arm up and uppercut. So that's the only time I've ever done this. It's never worked on anybody else. And so, I recommend for higher opponents, taller, exhaling down. Again, this is a throw, totally different moment than this one, inhaling up. Inhaling to the shape, exhaling down, inhaling up to the shape. Exhaling down, push off the front leg into the back. Inhaling, step with the front foot, and then drag into the front. The idea of weight is also super important in this moment. When you exhale down, the hands intentionally become heavy, not because you're pushing them down, because you're thinking heavy. Think heavy here, and then inhale. You're crashing through. Exhale, thinking heavy. Inhale, crashing through. And now let's change just slightly one component, which is just the breathing. Let's inhale as you draw in, and exhale as you push, which you'll feel the difference. Inhale, drawing in. Exhale, pushing the color visualization through the knuckles. If you want, you can punch through index and middle finger, pushing the color through there. Or you can do what's called a traditional sun punch, which is through these two knuckles, which most people would not recommend, but it is very common in Wing Chun. Inhale, draw in. Pushing off the front, pushing off the back. Whatever leg you're pushing off of, the other one's stepping first. So when pushing off the front, the back leg steps, or push off the back, the front leg steps. And the roads of Sing Yi are normally done as drills, left and right, down like a corridor, down a field, meaning that you would go on repetition for one side and then switch, sidestep to the other. You would sidestep and switch your legs, and now we'll switch our legs. So come into your right leg, step to your side, and then grab your next one. You can exhale down if you want, inhaling up, or exhaling. We'll go with exhale. Push off the front to the back, inhale, step forward, exhale. Now we're punching with the right hand, left hand goes up, left foot forward, side. Softening. And now let's switch the breathing, exhaling down, collapsing in, and inhale, stepping up. When you inhale, you should feel yourself filling up. The shape fills up. It's a very different sensation. Exhaling down, inhaling, filling up. When you exhale, slide back, everything collapses in slow motion downward. Hands become very heavy. And then inhale, everything fills up. 45 degrees. Again, this is one of the 10 roads of Sing Yi taught to the Chinese army, at least when Chiang Kai-shek was learning it. There are only 10. There are many different forms of singing, but this one in particular, singing was a style based around spear movements. So for soldiers on the battlefield with spear movements. So lots of explosive, penetrating steps forward. But the side steps are super important, and that's the next thing we'll talk about, and we'll just drill this concept of when we're here in the downward motion moment, here with one foot dangling in front, just switch sides, 1, 2, so the other foot dangles in front. Whatever foot is in front, that's the fist that'll be in front, and you drop the groin, soften the groin and the hip to each side. Step to the other side, step. And just think about dragging side to side, step. Pick it up a little bit. Stepping. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, you can gently grab, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Really feel the rotation of the hips here. Super important, especially as you set up any particular drill that you might do from these types of movements. Again, I'm speaking from a push hands and grappling perspective. This is also great if you're a boxer. Inhaling out, switching, sliding the shoulders past the opponent. Inhaling up, down. Inhaling out, exhaling down. Adjust the camera. And the speed, you can slow it down even more, but really feel the weight, the idea of weight. The idea of weight is so much more powerful than the speed. So you want to add the intention of weight here, inhaling up, shifting sides, and then exhale, holding that heavy weight. It's as if when you open the hands, they're very light, and all of a sudden, when you make this gentle fist shape, they become heavy. It's as if you get weights placed in your hands, and whoever you're holding is going to feel that weight. It all comes from the idea. Inhaling up, and then exhale. And remember to get this little side, this hanging leg stance here, which will help you be mobile on where you want to take the opponent next. Oftentimes when you grapple with somebody and you pull down here, they're likely going to pull up. So this down at an angle, they'll likely go the opposite way afterwards. So it depends on how you want to. If you've ever done judo or jujitsu, a little leg reap to help pull them past. Lots of things are helpful here. But you want to keep one leg very free to make those decisions. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up. Inhaling up. Very soft, very gentle. And the idea becomes heavy. So exhale, inhaling up. Idea becomes heavy. And just to finish up with that concept of weight, let's come back to hands shoulder apart parallel, and exhale, hands float down. And then all of a sudden the hands become very heavy and they start to pull you down. With the pelvis rotating on the femur, hands become heavy. Laying down here, just pick the arms up and shake. Very, very soft. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists, wrists lift the body. Exhale, push the breath through the palms of the fingertips. Inhale, draw the color into the belly. Exhale, weighs on the heels, very soft. Fingers as if they're softening the back. Everything is very passive. And the hands float down, they soften, and all of a sudden they become heavy. And the weight shifts slightly forward to the balls of the feet. Inhale, breath lifts you up. Lift up the wrists, wrists lift the body. Exhale, push the collar to the palm of the fingertips. Inhale, breath pulls the wrists back. Exhale, hands are floating down, the weight's on the heels, very, very passive. And all of a sudden, the hands become heavy and pull the body down. You really want to experience that concept of weight turning on like a light switch. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists. Wrists lift the body. Exhale, pushing out. Inhale, drawing in. Exhale, hands float down, super soft. They're like feathers, very, very light. And then all of a sudden become heavy. You just want to think weight, and they just become very heavy. And shake the arms out one more time. Just lifting them up once and let them come back to center. Inhale, breath lifts the wrist. Exhale, push the collar to the palms of fingertips. Inhale, drawing in. Exhale, splitting down. Lift them up and swing them back and forth. Every 5 or so, you can pump the knees. It's a very gentle pump to the knees. And the fingers flick at the apex of going back or forward. Just the fingertips. Really soften the chest cavity as you do this. Feel the intercostal muscles, the muscles underneath the rib cage softening. As your natural breathing helps to remove stress, any tension, unnecessary tension in the chest cavity, even in the upper back, tailbone drops, the imaginary string starts to re-engage. All while you're doing the swinging, the jaw softens. Try to go through the inventory of the body while you're swinging the arms. Let the arms swing automatically as you check in on multiple parts of the body, one by one. Just dropping out any unnecessary tension. And the hands come back to center. Very relaxed, inhaling up, lifting heaven, even deeper, even deeper, even deeper up. Exhaling down. Again, inhaling up. Even deeper, even deeper, even deeper. Big breath. Exhaling down. Feet 2 fists apart. Inhale, fingers lift the wrists. Fingers to the back wall, chest to the ceiling, hips forward. Wiggle the toes, exhale, butt back, fingers forward. Soften the knees, inhaling up. Scooping white light to the belly. 1 foot forward. And exhale, wash the light down the leg, the extended leg. Inhale, scooping light to the belly, switch legs. Exhale, wash light down. Inhaling up, one leg out, 45 degrees, and exhale, wash the light down the leg, breathing into the stretch, visualizing the light. Inhaling up, switch legs, 45 degrees, exhale, wash the light out. Yeah. Inhaling up, switch legs 90 degrees to the side, exhale, wash the light. Switch sides, one more time, exhale, wash the light down. Inhale, hands come above the head, and exhale, wash the light down both legs. Inhaling up, turn to your right side onto your toes, exhale, wash the light down the right leg. Feet shoulder length apart, parallel, inhale, turning to your left side onto your toes, exhale, wash the light down. Inhaling up, and bring the hands behind you, wash down the kidneys, down the backs of the legs. And then from the front, chop up the soft part of the arm, down the hard part. Up the soft part, down the hard part. Over the shoulders. Back. Very gentle, but firm on the lower back, and then down. Inhaling up, just the fingers. Three more. Just the fingertips only lift. hands pulled by the fingertips, the arm. Up the hands together and around the chest. Strengthening the chest, exhaling, pushing the color through the palms as if there are two spoons going into a pot, chest being the pot, stirring around. And tap around on the perimeter of pectoral major, right around the breast. Getting into the pressure points, and then massage deeper into the breast, deeper into the pressure points. Lymph nodes, floating rib up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again. Strengthen the chest cavity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 4 fingers on the sternum. Hook other side of the collarbone. And then looking up. Relax all the way down to the reproductive organs. Very strong pressure up the neck. Back of the neck, like you're getting sand off. Special attention on the muscles surrounding the vertebrae. As if you're sliding to the side as you're wiping off the back of the neck. Hook on the chin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. Thumb, finger, earlobes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Index and middle finger up the front, over the ear, down the back, under. Very strong pressure for the immune system. Up the front to the side. Up the front to the side. Very gentle but strong. Up the front to the side. Up the front to the side of the face. Fingers through the scalp, front to back, back to front. Front to back, back to front. Front to back, back to front. And massage the scalp. Front to back. Back to front. Slapping. Front to back. Back to front. Gentle fist, hollow bang. Gentle hollow fist, banging. Front to back, back to front. Grab the scalp, knead it like dough. 1, 2, 3. And then next patch. 1, 2, 3. Not just the skin, but the muscle underneath and the bones underneath that construct the skull. The intention is to even stretch the bones and then reverse it. Very strong pressure. Back to the front. 4 fingers to the top of the forehead. Reverse it. Temples. And reverse it. Under the eyes. And reverse it. Bridge of the nose. Eyebrows. Side of the nose. Side of the nostrils. To the heart. 1, 2. Right here. 1, 2. Switch. Top and bottom. Switch. Sides above the gums. 1, 2, 3. Sides below the gums. Tongue. Reverse it. Flick the fingers. Thumbs. 1, 2, 3. Grab 1. And close the eyes. Inhale, white line to the belly. Exhale, spread the whole body. Inhale, white line up the front of the body, feet to head. Exhale, roll it down the back, head to heels. Inhale up the left side of the body. Exhale down the right. Inhale, white line to the belly. Exhale, push it to the top of the head. Let's surround the body like a fountain. One more breath into the belly. Exhale, push it down, the white line down the legs, into the ground, let it come back up and around like a fountain in reverse, making a bigger bubble around you. And sit in this bubble of light, of gratitude for the body. Good people around you, the space you're in. Thank you guys so much. So awesome to train with you. Thank you everybody that might come online. Oh yeah, thank you guys. It's great. Anybody who come online, you know what this is Justice for Hire, Tai Chi to the people. It's open to all, donation based. If you can go to our Instagram account, if you want to donate to the cause of the week, this week it's ASCPA, which helps out animal, fights against animal cruelty. So they're great. And so thank you guys. I'm going to press stop.